Hello everybody, this is AusDish, and before I start this movie review, I would like to mention one thing about this film, is that this film was released on the same day as Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And recently, we got a news about Japan's box office of last week's, of the opening weekend. And apparently, the new movie Suzume got first by earning 1.8 billion yen, and Black Panther got second place, and which they earned 300 million yen. So I was pretty amazed on the production team for Suzume making this choice of releasing the movie against a world-class blockbuster, especially the new Black Panther movie was about dedicating to the amazing Chadwick Boseman. Anyway, I wanted to let that out. So let's start the movie review. Suzume no Tojimari, or English title Suzume, was created and directed by Shinkai Makoto, who you're familiar with his previous films like Your Name and Weathering with You. The first thing I'd like to point out was the 12-minute intro of this movie. How to describe this? I would say it was like a roller coaster, as you were slowly brought into this world of this film, and also understanding the main protagonist Suzume and Sota and others. And once you reach to the door, which is kind of the falling point, it just goes full throttle and just pulls you into the movie once you reach to the bottom. And once it shows the title screen, oh my god, it was perfect. And also, I really liked the music when it was playing this 12-minute intro. I don't know how to describe this also, but it was mystical, and at the same time it had some tension, and so it just gives me goosebumps when I was actually listening to it and also watching the scene. Speaking of music, I was impressed that the theme songs for Suzume weren't playing in the movie, but playing in the end credits. So there are two songs created by Ranwims, who are also involved in Your Name and Weathering with You. And the songs were, as I listened in the end credits, were very wonderful, had nice lyrics, and it was very ear-catching. But it made more sense as I watched the entire movie, because it felt like Shinkai Makoto wanted the audience to understand the story rather than enjoying it with the music. And also just looking through the entire movie, it felt like it didn't require the songs to keep the story going. Throughout the film, you'll be enjoying a lot of different landscapes of Japan, and I'm not joking. There's a lot of places they'll be going at. And what I was surprised about that is that they didn't feel they were dragged out, and each area had a good amount of time to shine. And at the same time, the main protagonists, Suzume and Sota, meet along the people along their journey, as well. The side characters were pretty important to the film, as they symbolize some factors of family elements, and which really helped Suzume eventually in the end to reach to a final answer. Also, since it's a Shinkai Makoto movie, and same as What Your Name and Weathering You, as a love story, I would say, to compare it to the other two, it was not that too strong. I was surprised it wasn't that too strong, but I really loved the way that how Shinkai Makoto wanted to show the relationship between Suzume and Sota's connection and their relationship together as they grow, as they build up their connection along the way, their journey, but also knowing their backstories through their journeys, and start to know each other, start to understand each other. And at the same time, when it gets to that third act, you start to feel that motivation to Suzume especially, that how she feels about Sota. Also, I really love the way that Shinkai Makoto wanted to use mourning as a theme. As you go on the road trip, you will happen to see a lot of ruined towns and places, and about people. And it was important that everything has a memory to people, to themselves, and to the place as it had. And it was beautiful to use that mourning, that we need to accept what happened and try to move on to it by using the usage of doors, which brought the theme and also the title Suzume no Tojimari, which is basically in Japanese Suzume closing and opening doors, like how to close the door. And it is a very metaphorical way to show not only as a factor of a door, but also a factor to how to accept stuff. Lastly, I wanted to talk about this film, that not only this was a disaster movie, but also it was a beautiful coming of age movie story with some challenging elements. So when I watched this film, I was pretty surprised that what Shinkai Makoto wanted to present, and it was one of the main themes to this film. And I would honestly say that some audiences might feel a little bit disturbed by that element. And well, it's already been told from the production team. They've already publicly stated before the movie was released that there will be some elements about earthquake. And if you don't know about Japan, that earthquake is very relatable to our livelihood. It doesn't happen daily, but it does happen sometimes. And especially like November, we have a lot of tremors and earthquakes happening, small earthquakes happening these days. And it's a little bit frightening to us, as this movie really depicts the earthquake element very real and seriously, and it is one of the main themes to show. And once it reaches to that point of a scene, there might be some people might remember some of their past experiences about it. So I was amazed that when I understood Shinkai Makoto wanted to put these earthquake elements to his new film. But at the same time, when I watched the entire movie, understood about the story, and also reading the bonus book that they handed out to us when we went to see the movie, I kind of understood that how Shinkai Makoto was really serious towards releasing this movie. According to the book, after he released Weathering With You, he wanted to create a topic that we already had based on his previous experiences in earthquakes. And at that time, he was also creating a different movie at that time called Hoshi Ouko, and he already had his newborn daughter at the same time, so he wanted to use those elements combined to that based as an experience that he had based on it, and put it into one of his elements. And knowing that this element, the weight and how challenging it is when it was creating, and he was really worried about the controversy from the audience might have when they watch this film. So I understood when I read about it and I watched the whole movie, of how he was really serious of creating and presenting this movie, especially that he had a lot of progress through Your Name and Weathering With You. But as this element twines with the film, it'll make sense in the end of why he wanted to present that, as it was very as it really connects to his main message that he wanted to deliver to this entire film. And once you understand his message, I feel emotional to it, and it's very uplifting, and it really motivated myself after watching this film, and it really helps through people who had faced a traumatized event and had darker times to feel more lively and to feel more that tomorrow is never going to be a bad day. So, overall, I really enjoyed this movie and had a blast time with it. I hope this movie review kind of gave you the motivation to watch, as I've heard that it will be releasing globally next year. So please wait for that, and I hope that you'll enjoy as I did. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure to like this video after you watch this, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, as I do some traveling videos, sometimes movie reviews, and let's plays. Also, if you've already watched Suzume in Japan, please let me know down in the comment section of your thoughts, whether you liked it or hated this film, or just give me your general thoughts about listening to my movie review. How are you looking forward to it? And please, people who've watched the film, no spoilers on the comment section or any types of questions about this film, because it depends on that I might create a spoiler-contained movie review in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!